Hello, everyone. Welcome to what I would call probably the first set of videos that I'm going to put on YouTube to give quick reviews about games that are not part of my main content, but I still think are pretty cool. Um, to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't expect too much edit on these reviews. I do not have actually a lot of time in my life, sadly, to learn about editing on YouTube or actually spend a whole bunch of hours doing that kind of stuff for YouTube videos. And to be fair, I think it's more authentic if I just record something on the go and with no script, no special editing, and just honestly my OBS so I could give you my most honest opinion. And if I stutter or if I, you know, trip on my English, I think that's absolutely fine. So I hope you enjoyed these series and that I can actually bring you some cool new games to explore. So this week, sadly, I'm not able to play my usual games, my shooters like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, due to an injury that I have on my left hand. So for that reason, I've been playing new games or games that allow me to play just with my right hand so I can use the mouse for gaming. Um, so I was searching for games like this not only to play offline but also to stream because even though Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, and old school RuneScape are my main content, the truth is I always have at least one day a week in which I show you guys other games on my streams, and they are usually either PvP, co-op games, or horror games because that's my vibe. And I stumbled upon this game, which is called Minion Masters, and I was impressed with it. Um, I was also a little bit sad to know, upon research, that the game is not launching new stuff, so there's that. The devs are not launching new things for the game, and from what I understand, they're just maintaining the game and, doing some balance checks and stuff like that. I think because the game was not profitable enough. So, but don't quote me on that. I'm not honestly here to talk about what happened to the game or what is the future of the game. I'm here to give my honest review about this game. As a casual player, as someone that is not pro in games whatsoever, uh, but who knows? Maybe this video will help people like learn more about this game, try and play it, and who knows? Maybe it can revive it a little bit. So, straight off the bat, one thing that I like about this game is the fact that the colors are very bright. It's very pleasant to look at the screen, see the colors bright like that. I like games like that. And the user interface responds very well. It's not clunky. It's a very light game. Your computer will probably not die playing it, which is absolutely amazing if you ask me. Um, and upon further research, I also realized that this game is also available in multiple platforms. So right now, I have it on my computer, and this is what I'm showing you right now. But this game is available also in consoles, mobile. So, and you can play with your friends across multiple platforms, which, to be honest, it's a pretty good thing for a game. And if you've been following my community for a while, you know I always advocate for games like this where everyone can play together regardless of the platform they're in. So I think that's pretty awesome. Another thing that I learned about this game is that this game is uh, a battle arena game, PvP. Maybe even some consider this a tower defense game. Let me know in the comments what you think it is. But I've seen different descriptions on this game. It also is a card game because you fight with cards to pick up abilities, minions, spells, whatever. Um, Another thing that I researched about this game, it seems that the game is not pay to win at all, which seems very rare for a game like this. So sure, you can buy stuff with actual real money, but you don't need to, and you can easily grind um the game and pretty much whatever the game brings to you. And what the proof of that, and maybe we'll move over to the UI of this game. It's that, for example, when I started the game like 2, 3 days ago, I had like what 10 cards available to pick from the collection, and now I have all these cards. And none of these cards I paid real money. Okay, so that just didn't happen. As I was grinding and playing with a friend of mine, I got this little currency right here, these golden coins, and I was able to just buy my cards. I think that's pretty dope. And when you look at the cards, you will also see that it's very intuitive to know what they do and start learning about them. But we'll get back here in a little bit. So on the main menu, it's very clear. Everything is very clear, which I also like about this user interface. You have the deck here that you're currently playing. You have the master that you selected because you can select a whole bunch of them. And each one of them has different perks that will influentiate the game. So, for example, each one will have a basic attack. Then Volko has this power here, which is Tempers Flaring. He also has Burn the Bridge and Tempers Burning. But each master will have its own thing, which is actually very nice. And you can also configure avatars for your account, select the emotes that you want to use, and also when you start unlocking new arenas, you can probably select them. I do not have them at this point, so maybe that's the reason why. You also have the game modes up here. Oops, sorry. See, raw video, no editing, that's fine. And you have a lot of things that you can do here. You can go on adventures, you can play solo, you can play as a team, you can draft your cards it's a mode called draft, and I think you can just in advance see what you want to play in draft. And Mayhem, I'm still yet to try it. I haven't, so I'm not really gonna cover that. I'm just showing you the basics of the game. You have events here on the top right. You have your quests here that you can complete. This upper side here of the user interface is very straightforward. You can play the cards, customization, shop, tower, season pass, quests. Like cogwheel is right here. Here you can check your rank in the several modes that are ranked and your progression through the ranks. So I think in terms of the user interface, it's actually very good. And as I speak, I'm going to actually change the mode, and we're gonna like do a solo ranked game so I can show you what this is all about. And it's very easy to get into this game. So while we're searching for the game, you have like you can see on my screen, as I said, the user interface is like pretty straightforward, and I think that's awesome. And it's also straightforward on the mobile application, which I think is absolutely great if you ask me. This is the loading screen because we just got a match. And we can go through the match right here, which will probably show you a little bit of the gameplay. So each one of us, me and my opponent, we are in a tower. We must destroy the enemy's tower. And then we start like just throwing the characters, trying to control the main bridge and doing all these things over here. So, fun thing is when you hover over, right, you can also see what each card does. So it gives a clear description of the damage it's gonna give, which units it will attack best, how much health it has. So it's very useful for a game to be this clear, especially because it can be very fast-paced as you're trying to control your area and defeat the enemy tower. So, as you can see, I'm just throwing troops over here. And I need to wait to have sufficient mana, which is this bar right here, to be able to play the cards, because each card has pretty much mana associated with it, I suppose. So this one costs 8. We're gonna throw him in there. And see, then they start to kind of attack the enemy units, and you do literally a match like this. The user interface feels very smooth The game is not clunky at all. I like the effects, the sound effects. I like the visuals. I think they're very neat. So, if you never played the game like this before, and you're curious about the genre, I think this one is very, very easy to get into. And that's why I decided to bring it up in my channel to speak about it for a little bit. So, please don't mind my gameplay. I'm literally not even thinking on the gameplay right now. I'm just throwing cards to win the match. And this was a pretty easy match. I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. But I won the game very quickly, so it ends up benefiting my video, and that's very cool. So this is it. I don't wanna make these videos like longer than they should be. I just think it would be cool to give visibility to some games that are not that visible at all. Without you guys having to go through the hustle of installing the game, trying to understand if the inside of the game is going to be something that you guys appreciate or enjoy or not enjoy. So as I said, these reviews are not going to be pro. They're not going to be like edited. They're just honestly raw recordings on OBS that I will do. But I did want to start this section by bringing something over so you guys could check for yourselves, play for yourselves. The game is free, by the way, so no harm in that. You're not going to spend a dime if you want to try and pick up this game and see if you like it. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's very, very simple. And if that's your kind of jam, feel free to, hit that like button or subscribe button or whatever button you would like, to be honest. And I will see you on the next video.